it has now been revealed that the NSA still, what are we now? Almost 8 months?
August, right?
6 months.
Yeah, a little bit, something like that.
5, 6 months. The NSA still does not know what documents Edward Snowden copied and passed on to the journalists Glenn Greenwald and Laura Poitras. Still does not know.
Hey, I don't know about the Constitution. I don't know about what documents are missing. I don't really even know the legality of any of these programs, but we have stopped many terrorist acts that I cannot go into specifics to, my friend.
Right, that I
but
cannot
it
point out
has
to.
happened.
That's right.
Also China.
Also China. Apparently, however, Richard Leggett, who is the NSA official in charge of assessing the alleged damage caused by Snowden's leaks, which is really hard to assess if you aren't even clear on what documents Snowden had access to and copied, has hinted in that interview on 60 Minutes that his personal view is what we call a trial balloon, folks, is yes, it's worth having a conversation about whether or not Snowden should be offered amnesty in exchange for saying, hey, this is what I got access to, and probably how I got access to them. This is just fascinating, because if you cannot trust this agency to know what documents have been taken by Edward Snowden, when they know he has taken documents, how can you trust them to protect these secrets from foreign governments who are not announcing that they've taken these things? I mean, this is one of the most damning aspects of all of this. If ostensibly they are maintaining all of this apparatus to protect us from foreign powers, but have no way of knowing if foreign powers don't already have this information. I mean, they're going to claim that, well, Edward Snowden, he claims he hasn't given it to, but we still are convinced that China and Russia could. How with a straight face can the NSA say to anybody that we know China and Russia don't already have this information when they can't even tell after it's been announced for 6 months that this information's been taken? They can't even tell what's been taken. I mean, how do they know that there aren't half a dozen other people with Edward Snowden's access and skills that haven't been selling this stuff to China and Russia?
Yeah, someone could still be there. If
they have no idea.
If Edward Snowden didn't come out and announce himself, I wonder if he even knew that he could have stayed at the NSA and never been found out.
That's exactly the point. They didn't realize that he had absconded with the stuff until he doesn't show up for work for 2 weeks. And they still, 6 months later, don't even know what he took.
They don't hit either of the metrics. I mean, it goes without saying that it's a massive violation of the Fourth Amendment and totally disingenuous why they're doing these programs. But even if you looked at it from a strict, I support this security point of view, they don't pass that test either.
No. That's
and a lot of people have not been on
those
that.
are two different issues. Whether or not they are violating the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution, whether or not they are violating their statutory authority under the amended FISA and the Patriot Act, that's one set of questions.
Right.
And some people will say, I'm not too worried about it because they're protecting us. But then you actually have to say, hey, wait a second. Let's assess that. Are they protecting us? Because this judge doesn't think that they've shown any proof of that. A, and B, these are the Keystone Cops. They can't even tell what's been stolen.
Or when Tom Harkin, or excuse me, not Harkin, Wyden and Udall have to come out and say, look, we can't say specifically what you're lying about, but can you please change what you've written on your website about terrorism cases you've disrupted because it's not true.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's
you know, that happened right off of the bat within a couple of weeks of the revelations that happened.